I was quite impressed with Steve Jobs' commencement address in Stanford that my friend Lewis sent me the link to, and I did this mind map using the Inspiration software. The speech had three sections, three stories. The first one was called "Connecting the Dots," and I paraphrase it: only looking backward, not looking forward. Basically, it's hard to understand where you are, what's happening to you now. It's easier to understand looking back. And he framed it by telling a story of his adoption. He was adopted as an infant. His mother was unwed. She was a graduate student. She was young. She had established an adoption criteria for she wanted to have an educated and successful couple to raise her son, and they found a lawyer. She found a lawyer through the agency and his wife, and but when Steve Jobs was born, they wanted a girl instead, and they changed their mind. And she resisted the placement with the second parents, who were working class folks, not college educated. The father didn't have a high school education. The mother had graduated from high school but not gone to college. And he went on to talk about attending Reed College, where he spent 6 months in school and then dropped out. And then he used an expression, interestingly, 18 months as a drop-in, where he took classes and turned in Coke bottles for deposits for money and slept on friends' floor. And he says he ate one good meal a week at the Hare Krishna temple after a 7-mile walk. But one of the things that he learned at Reed was that that was a specialized place for calligraphy and typography and typography. It's probably pronounced wrong, but anyway, it was instrumental in how he designed the Mac and then the design of the Mac to create a stylish font which was not present in the Windows world. So that was his theme: connecting the dots. Only looking backward can you really understand what happened to you, and not having to look forward. His second theme story was about getting fired at Apple. It was very prominent. He was a success. He was 32 years old. The Macintosh had been introduced a few years earlier. He was considered a public failure, but he said that he loved what he did, and he decided to start over, which he founded Pixar, and Pixar became the largest animation production studio anywhere. It was bought by Disney for multi-billion dollars. He, of course, returned to Apple, and the iPod came out, and Apple has become just a tremendous reinvigorated success. His third theme was about death, and he had been he talked about remembering that everyone is going to die, and that by thinking about that every day, that it forces meaningful choices in your life. And he was diagnosed with pancreatic cancer, which is normally just an immediate killer. They said that he had 3 months to live. They did exploratory surgery, and they found out that he had a rare form of pancreatic cancer, which could be treated with surgery, which it was, and he was cured. But in that experience, he concluded that death is something that we all share, and that while no one wants to die, it's probably the best invention of life, because it gets our focus every day on what we should do, and realizing that our time is limited, and to encourage us to live through our own inner voice. He ended the speech by talking about the Whole Earth Catalog, which was a a publication overflowing with great ideas, very idealistic. It was made, just first generation paper cutouts and Polaroid camera shots. But in the final issue, on the back cover, it had a message, and it was "Stay hungry and stay foolish." And he says he wished that for himself, and as he concluded, he wished that for the students at Stanford. So great message, very inspiring, well worth listening to.